Hey, buddy, how y'all doing? Looks like everyone got the edible arrangements I sent out as bribes to get you to come. Maybe just the edibles, that's cool too. I was watching TV recently, saw an ad for Hellman's mayonnaise with no white people in it. It's too much diversity. It's too much. Mayonnaise is what white people do. They just throw shit in there, call it salad. You ever heard of ham salad? There's no vegetables in that. They sell it in the store. Man, who do you think's buying that torpedo-sized tub at Costco? White people. Why do you think we have 2 Dakotas and a Minnesota? Mayonnaise. Pickles is another one. That's just a whole industry of turning shit into not what it is. Stick it in a jar of vinegar for 6 years. The apocalypse is gonna happen. Might as well be salty. I think about food a lot. I think it's because when I was growing up, I used to be really overweight. At my peak, I was 320 pounds, had a 42-inch waist. Professional fat man numbers for those keeping score. But I've always been tall, been this tall since the 4th grade. Let it sink in. And you've not lived until you've looked down on your elementary school teachers and just gone. But I carried the weight well because I was tall, but I didn't like it. I would go to my friends, I would complain, say, I'd like to lose the weight, man, I'd like to lose the weight. And they'd say, man, you're tall, it spreads out like butter on toast. Well, A, butter, still a fat. B, I think you just called me delicious. So a few years ago, through diet and exercise, changed some things up, lost 120 pounds. You don't mean that. Which diet? You're probably wondering which diet. Anorexia. Yeah, it's the only diet that's 100% effective, and it's the cheapest. I was going through this phase, listening to the Carpenters quite a lot, and everything just kind of clicked, synced up. If you didn't get that joke, I probably don't have much for you, but if you did, we've only just begun. So at the store, I started paying attention to labels and nutrition facts, what was going into my body. Noticed a lot of useless adjectives, meaningless descriptions on food. You ever heard of garden fresh soup? Can't grow soup. Sits on a shelf for 3 years, it's not fresh. Macaroni and cheese was another one of my favorites. It say made with real cheese. I fucking hope so. By definition, it is one of the 2 ingredients. It's even worse when it would say, now made with real cheese. What was it before? Just orange crayons and cocaine? Oh man, if that's the other way around, you're not buying it. If it says now made with real macaroni, you'd have questions. What was that? Just like hollowed out cat bones? And now they're shaking down kindergartners for their art projects? You'd have questions. Orange juice got out of hand too, way out of hand. Pay attention when you're in the store, right? You got no pulp, some pulp, all pulp, just a fucking brick. You got one that's orange juice with pineapple pulp because it's transitioning and living its best life, and we should support that. You got one that's orange but not juice. What? We'll call it Sunny D. It'll be the foundation of soccer in America. I used to work at Whole Foods, had one called artisanal deconstructed orange juice. Came in a carton with a handlebar mustache. It's just 3 whole oranges with the stickers on them and everything, just shoved in and said, juice it yourself, you capitalist pig. Why is it in the dairy section too? Why are eggs in the dairy section? You can't milk a chicken. Maybe you can. If almonds have taught us anything, if you squeeze it hard enough, you can milk anything. I think we stopped milking animals like way too soon too. Like cows, goats, sheep if you're Scottish or Greek maybe. We should have kept going, right? I think we should have milked pandas. They certainly owe us a few favors, right? We're keeping them alive for no reason. That's a useless animal. We're supposed to let evolution do its thing until it starts doing its thing and we get in the way. Darwin's in the corner locked and loaded with an arsenal like Rambo just waiting to do God's work. And we're just taking that bullet for him. I'm vegetarian and I want to eat a panda just out of spite. It's lazy and it's grass-fed. It's probably delicious. I'm JT Cole. Thanks y'all for listening.